What's good, YouTube? A wise man once told me, a shop owner actually, Friday is the day to sell. Saturday, the moment round one hits, the show's over. Now, this actually applies straight to Nationals and a bit before. The moment Nationals started, the show was over on the market because for the next month and a half to 2 months, there's no really big events for us to play in. There's no hype to the game. There's no bark with the bite, so to speak. There's just these events that we're going to play are heading into a brand new format, link format, and we are uncertain of the future. We don't know what's happening, and the market completely reflects that, and that it's down. Now, this happens every single year. Every single year after Nationals, prices tank and will continue to tank up until we start and ramp up with the new formats of YCSs, and Worlds has been decided, even though Worlds format doesn't matter to most people. They're actually doing a tournament this year for Worlds format, but as it's reflected, this is the ultimate buyer's market. Prices will continue to go down, and you have to decide what to buy and what to invest in if you're trying to get trades for future sets. If you're actually trying to play the trading part of the trading card game, this is the ultimate time to invest. And you're not always going to be right. You're not always going to be wrong. It's really all about calls. And I'm going to show you what's going down right now. The show is over for Zodiac. $19 barrages. We've got under $10 Dridents and Broad Bulls. And it's all speculation that it's going to be hit. Of course it's going to be hit. It would be crazy for Zoo not to get hit in some capacity come September. But the show's over for Zoo, for the most part, you would think. But Zoo still finds its way into Zoo Draco and the OCG. It's definitely going to still be there in some capacity. But these prices over the next month and a half are probably still going to continue to deplete. And it's up to you guys to decide, am I going to trade for this? It doesn't seem like the best investment. But if Dridents are $5, if they go down even further down to that point, it's going to be time. Everybody who had this deck, over 2,000 players probably, who had this deck ready for Nationals, and probably 1,700 realistically, are not going to be holding on to it over the next couple of months. They're going to be looking forward to Link format, deciding new decks to play. Maybe they'll hold on to it, some of them, but the market's going to flood in general with these cards. Now, the true Draco cards are very similar. Masterpiece, last time I think I featured him, he was 18, market price 14, now available for 12.50. He's going to continue to go down too. The deck is very cheap outside of Diagram to get on whatever you want to get. And Diagram itself has fallen under that $50 mark, down to $44.20. Says market price $45. I haven't been keeping up as much with it. Ash under 40 as well, just, you know, versus the market price of about 45. It's going to continue to do this in the market. And we look over here, Diagram available for 40. Ash Blossom at 42, which is actually worse. TCG slamming it, and the next is 50 on Ash Blossom over here. Versus, we have a multitude of sellers under 41 over here. So, and Ultimate Card Guys with a Z has 5. I don't think that's the Card Guys, but hey, I could be wrong. 100%, 206 sales. Pretty nice. But it's just the sign. On top of the show being over, the Unlimiteds have come out, and you see most of the first prices are unlimited. But it doesn't matter too much. Not many people on meta cards care about first ed or unlimited, especially since it's no longer in this zone, but it's down here. People just want their play set for the most part, and they'll go cheapest. So, eBay winning on Diagram, TCG player winning on Ash. Great to see the back and forth as usual. But again, it's going to continue to do this throughout the next couple of months. There's not hype to the game because there's not events for the game. There's not, oh, this did this did that. It's more, what's getting hit? I want to stay away. And for an example of cards that I'd be looking at, this is actually on the front page of TCG player right now, which means it has a super high sales volume. Zaphion the Time Lord is going to go up. There's no way it's not. It's at 69 cents right now, and it's one of the highest volume cards, and it's an amazing card. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of battle phase, if this card battled, shuffle all spell and traps your opponent controls into the deck. Psyframe Time Lords, no joke, are going to be the new annoying deck. They're going to deal with all sorts of fields. The Time Lords have perfect synergy with Psyframes. And this card just fits into anything. It just for the cost of your normal summon. Cannot be special summoned from deck. If you control no monsters, you normal summon it. You can activate Brilliant Fusion afterwards. You can play it in the Psyframes. You can play it in so many things. It's a great card. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you draw a card also. Why not? Just add some extra things. But it's definitely just an amazing card. And Battles of Legend is going to have this permanent effect on the game in terms of lowering many reprints values. But over time, these cards will go up despite being such a sold set. And like I said, it's the ultimate time to invest. So I would be looking to Battles of Legend singles as what to invest in. But Minerva's continuing to go down. I know so many people dislike me showing Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, but they put Minerva down to 10. But I actually wanted to show out for sellouts. Denko Sekka, VCT RFS, called this card being one of the most sold cards. Sold out. Galaxy Soldier was confirmed to be a shorter print in the set at a ratio of like 2 to 3 sets per case rather than the 6 sets per case that you would expect from an ultra rare. And he sold out over here as well. So it's the Cyber Dragon decks are going to come out, the legendary Cyber Dragon decks. More players are going to want Galaxy Soldier. It's just a matter of calling what you want to grab. I think Into the Void, Vanity's Fiend, Galaxy Soldier, Denko Sekka are some of the best. But as we go through on TCG Player to see the American prices, they're very similar. They're actually a little more expensive on some, cheaper on others, but the prices are sticking a lot to the ones over here. As we see, once this guy sells out at $3.15 on TCG Player, they're going to be 4s on Galaxy Soldier. And James Chow, one of the best vendors I know, holding the line at 50 here at the $4 price also. But only 19 sellers have Galaxy Soldiers on TCG Player. That's saying something about the card. Now we go over, Trishula is another great one. You know, it's always been at that 15+ range. Even though it just got a reprint in Duelist Saga, even though it has so many versions, it's a card that will easily go up to 5 and then continue to go up over time as combos will use Trishula. It's even in Link format, Trishula will find a way. Life finds a way. It's just a matter of choosing the cards that you think will go up. Denko Sekka over here already up to $3. 28 total prices. Not many people letting it go versus 49 total prices on Sanctum. And this is a card that one day will have its time again. But we don't know when. Denko Sekka will have its time all the time as long as back row exists. So, realistically, I want you guys, over the next couple of months, to look at these prices now and think what you should have got out of Battles of Legends. I think Battles of Legend is the perfect set to have come out at this time. Its prices are so low that you can get about 10 copies of whatever you want realistically, spending about $20, and decide, hey, what do I want to go with? $1.50 on Anti-Spell, 10 copies. You know, if you're realistically spending under $20. Like, Mermel Abystius, we have new Mermel support already announced. It's not that great, but it could be a good deck depending on a ban list. $1.50, 10 copies, $15. This is the ultimate time to decide what you guys want to do with the market and what you guys want to trade for and invest in. Yes, investing's not bad. There's no, you could try to buy out, but there's no buying out a single card of Battles of Legend right now because even though the prices are so low, there's so many. But as the set is sold out, as time moves on over the next 2 months and we hit the new meta, cards like Anti-Spell will be in demand again. Cards like Abystius will have players that say, okay, the deck's cheap enough now, I'm going to put it together. Especially Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier being a shorter print, with the Cyber Dragon decks coming out as the legendary deck, it'll have a spike in demand, and it's already one of the lowest quantity cards from the set. These are all easy calls that you can make yourself and decide what you want to go for. Will Sage with the Eyes of Blue continue to go down? We don't know if it's going to get reprinted in the Megatins. What's not in the Megatins could highly decide this. Again, despite so many people ripping open the set, there will be a low quantity of a lot of these cards in just 2 months. A lot of people will be holding on to their cards. A lot of people will not want to move them because they got them at such a low price. You know that mentality? I got them for so low, I don't care. I don't care to move them. That's a common mentality. So, what do you guys think out of Battles of Legend you should be grabbing? What do you guys think about the show being over? Am I wrong? Will any of the stuff go up over the next couple months before we see a new ban list? I would think maybe True Dracos could see a spike, as, you know, it's an amazing deck. It's still in the OCG, but there's just not any hype to swirl around it. There's not going to be any proof. It would all have to be somebody just investing a large amount of money at risk, and then the ban list could come out and deflate it even further. Same with Zoo. I don't think there's any bringing it up. I think it will just continue. I think we'll see these in the next 2 months go to the 5 zone. We could see this end up on a ban list for all we know. But what do you guys think? Am I crazy here? Am I insane? Or am I just looking at the repetition of history? Even with links hitting, I think that you have the ultimate chance with Battles of Legend to make easier money than you might with any other set, guys. Thanks for watching.